Welcome to the Hasn't Been 3 Days podcast with your hosts Justin and BJ. We talk about 3-day-old news, sports, and whatever else we want to talk about. You, the MVP listener, you listen in, you laugh. You might cry. I doubt it. You laugh. You enjoy our takes. That's why you're listening. You might hate on them. If you're going to hate on them, just wait 3 days and then email us at the Gorilla Glue sponsored email box. 3dayoldpodcast@gmail.com. Justin, how are you, man?
Oh, I'm doing good. You always say maybe cry. We should just do an episode where we just make everybody cry.
We should try
a full episode.
It's like we're pulling out like nose hairs and we make everybody cry.
Just people just bawling on the streets.
Yeah.
It'd be a really hard episode.
Yeah. Some of those church hurt episodes, there was a lot of crying going on.
Well,
so
that's true.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. Just the week has been. It's our first full week, season 4 back. A lot of exciting new things.
Well, yeah, and we're going 2 for 2 on guests, so that's awesome. We had Dr. Bryce Null on last week, and we talked all things girlfriends and basketball, all sorts of things.
BJ dating wives, we got it.
Oh, come on now.
Come on.
So this week we got another special guest, a very special MVP guest and listener. My oldest son, Ean Thelander, is joining us. Ian, welcome to the podcast.
How's it going, guys? Good to be here.
You know, I asked Ian, this been probably, I don't know, what's been probably 6 months ago. I said, man, we haven't had you on the podcast. And the reason is it's not because, Ian isn't liked or whatever. It's because Ian is an adult and he is married and he is living his best life. And I'm proud of him. Ian, tell us a little bit about, what's going on in your world. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I work for my father-in-law. We put up Christmas lights and we spray chemicals on lawns. And so I'm always busy doing that stuff. Right now we're in the thick of taking down Christmas lights, which is crazy in itself. I've been down at a casino for about a week now. I'm just constantly taking off Christmas lights. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, we're always busy. We're always doing something. Yeah.
That's something that's never changed. You have always been into something. You've always been doing something. And even as an adult, it's really fun to see you do adult things where you're always busy and doing stuff. Because you work a lot, but you and your wife you guys are active. You're busy. You got friends. You got stuff going on. Tell us a little bit about your family.
Well, right now it's just me, my wife, and my little rat, Cody. He's not a rat. He's a dog. But
I was curious when you said rat.
I had to specify. Yeah, we're doing good. She works at the church daycare for an infant teacher. She loves her job, and I love my job. We're both really happy with what we're doing. Like you said, we're always busy with friends, ski trips, whatever we're doing. We're always busy.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, we've talked a lot about, when we have guests on, what's going on. The part of this podcast that is just the joy for people that they tell us about is just the relationships. And one of those relationships that's been constant for your whole life is the fact that Justin has been a part of my life forever. And so Justin,
guy.
Yeah, I mean, Justin's been around our family for many years, and we were talking a little bit pre-show. So I'm going to ask the question so it doesn't put Justin on the spot. But is there a memory that just jumps out at you when you think about Justin and Becky and the kids being around?
I was thinking about this earlier because I knew you guys were going to ask this question. I've listened to this podcast before.
We should pause for a second. Hang on a second. How many episodes have you listened to, or how many minutes?
I was good there for a long time. Okay. And then once Christmas decor starts, I'm not alone in a truck as much, and so I kind of fade off. I've listened to all of them probably up until like November.
Okay.
And then however much that is.
Same here. So we're
good. There you go.
There you go. All right. So sorry, back to the question.
You're good. The first memory that jumped out to me when I was thinking about this was when we lived in Missouri, Justin and BJ, they went out shopping, and they came back with this curtain, and they tried to convince us all that it was a soundproof curtain. So it blocked off the game room and the living room, so the adults wouldn't hear the kids. And I don't know why, it stuck with me that they put up a soundproof curtain, and it was hilarious.
It was sound deadening. Yeah. So, when the wives were like decorating the house, because it was the same weekend you guys moved into that house.
Oh, okay.
We were there the weekend you guys moved in. And somehow BJ and I were tasked with going getting a new TV because that was proposed. No, I don't know about that, but we ended up coming back with a TV. And then, yes, you had this little room off of the living room that was going to be the game room. And there was conversations like, wow, how are we going to keep this quiet, or how are we going to keep things out? And we're like, let's get the heaviest curtain we can get. Because me and BJ weren't going to be building
a wall,
any walls in that place.
Yeah.
Since it wasn't your guys' house to begin with, but since it was the church parsonage, right? It was the parsonage. And so, yeah, we ended up finding these little heavy curtains. And, well, maybe we'll just ask this question. How long did those curtains stay up?
I don't know. A while, probably the whole time we lived there.
The whole time.
See, it worked.
Yeah, it was the whole time. Yeah.
The next question, though, is we had other friends that would come every February for the NBA All-Star game, and Drew, I'm gonna call him out. Drew was very, very particular about watching All-Star Weekend, if you remember, Ian. And so there were times where that curtain was closed because the kids were getting rowdy and Drew was getting upset.
No talking.
Yeah, we gotta watch this dunk and see how it's gonna go. So
it was more about just creating a division, cutting off something, and when there's that many kids in the house, though.
What year did we move to Iberia, though?
So
was that the same year Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon were in the dunk contest?
It might have been. Yeah, we were in Iberia from 2014 to 2016.
Yeah. Okay. So that might be why he told us to shut up. That's fair. I'll give that to him.
Yeah. It was that was a tradition, Thelander Spiker tradition, and just talking to Drew just a couple weeks ago, actually, he's talking about we got to have that happen again. So
let's do it.
But, basketball memories.
Ian, how old would you have been in 2014?
I was in 4th grade.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He was born in 2004, so he was 10 years old.
10.
All right. We'll carry the one.
Yeah.
That was a trick question for me as to if I could remember his year he was born, right?
Yeah. True.
No. Yeah, Ian is so that's another thing. Ian, you have a very hard birthday. And you and Justin have something in common because Justin's is close to that as well. But let me ask you the good and the bad of that. What are some good birthday memories you have, and what's the worst part of having a Christmas Eve birthday?
I'm gonna start with the worst. The worst, of course, is obvious. It's right next to Christmas. So all your gifts are jumbled with Christmas gifts, or they don't wrap them in wrapping paper. They're just like, oh, we didn't have enough wrapping paper, or it's in Christmas wrapping paper, or it's, oh, you'll get your birthday present tomorrow, or stuff like that. The good parts are it's right next to Christmas. It's the same thing. So all the family's usually in town, so you get to celebrate with them, or you're going to travel and see family. It's good and bad that it's right next to Christmas for the same reason.
Yeah. Do you remember the year that we tried to switch your birthday and we tried to celebrate your birthday in like the summer because of what you wanted to do for your birthday?
Is that when we went to the Cardinals game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that a little bit. I remember we got like home plate tickets but we only had one of them or something. I remember it not the best, but yeah.
So the whole story of that was not the plan. We got tickets because you wanted to sit in the outfield, and we got tickets for you and I to go. So we went down. your mom drove us down there so they did shopping or whatever while we were at the game. Well, we walk in the gate, and the guy taking the tickets hands Ian his ticket.
Okay.
We looked at the ticket, and Ian's like, let's go see where it's at. And so we went, and I mean, it was like 13 rows up from home plate. It was a great ticket, but there was only one. And we were there early enough, and I told him, I said, most likely there's two. You don't just buy one ticket.
Yeah.
And so we sat there and we were waiting, and Ian was probably, well, we were in Missouri, so he was older than 10. So probably maybe 11 at the time. And so the game gets going, and somebody comes in, and sure enough, they're like, hey, you're in our seat. And Ian's like, well, why don't you just go sit in our seats and I'll stay here? I'm like, I'm not leaving my 11-year-old son here by himself. But yeah, that was kind of a get his hopes up and just to crush him. But
that's funny.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I remember it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Ian was a Cardinal. Are you still a Cardinals fan? You still like the Cardinals?
No, Royals now.
Yeah.
Once I realized what I'm cheering for. Yeah.
That's a question I do have for you, because so last week on our podcast we had a friend of ours on that Bryce was on. We played basketball with him in high school and stuff, and we asked him, because he's a sports fan, and he asked us the question because when he started picking his teams that he cheered for, he went completely opposite of what who his dad cheered for. Okay. And so his dad was a huge Celtics fan. He became a Lakers fan, and his dad was a Chiefs fan. He was a Bronco fan, and so back and forth. And I said, and he asked us,
was a St. Louis Cardinals,
a Cardinal fan, and he was a Cubs fan.
A Cubs fan, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he asked us the question if that was the case, and I said, well, for me, no. I cheered for the same teams my dad did, but for you've picked the opposite of me for most of your life. Tell us what your choice was, and I have a couple follow-ups on some of your more recent fandom choices too.
So I would say most of growing up I was Cardinals and Broncos, but then once I realized who I was cheering for, I don't want to cheer for those two crap teams. So
oh jeez.
I switched to the better team in football. Maybe not this year, but every year since I started cheering is the Chiefs. And so now I'm one of the bigger Chiefs fans I've ever met. And so I could tell you that almost every player on the team, I have every garment of clothing in Chiefs. I'm always wearing that stuff. Yeah, I'm a big Chiefs fan.
I'm sorry.
And I still love him. It's still okay, but yeah, we're a little bit we are divided on that for sure. But
he's the one that put the jinx on Bo Nix's ankle.
So here's the thing. I want to point this out to two of my kids who claim the Chiefs. Usually, Ian, you correct me if I'm wrong. I've tried to be a very respectful winner and loser as a Bronco fan. I've tried to teach my kids that as well. If you're going to win well. If you're going to lose well. You know, Ian's mom and her family were all Chiefs fans, and so during those, I just would keep my mouth shut, or I tried to. Maybe not so much to Alicia, but to everybody else I did. And yet yesterday I get two texts, one from Ian and one from Emma, and the Broncos won yesterday.
Yeah.
And I get a poop emoji from Ian, and then I get a text from Emma saying, well, good luck winning the rest of the way. Your best player's hurt. She doesn't even follow football.
True though. True.
And they're talking trash. So, but yeah, I just want to say you can't win it unless you're in it, and Denver's still in it. True. So we'll just put it there.
I'm not a respectful winner or loser. I will. It's bad. Has the story of the hot dog getting thrown been told on this podcast yet?
I don't think so.
No.
So it was last year when the Chiefs were playing the Broncos. The Broncos were up. The Chiefs came back, and then the Broncos were kicking a field goal to win the game. And we were all huddled around the TV. Elliot was staying in the kitchen. I was eating a Costco hot dog. The Broncos missed the field goal. Elliot's like, it's over. Broncos are winning. Like, we're going to make the field goal no matter what. Broncos missed the field goal. I didn't know what to do or how to celebrate. So I just grabbed my hot dog and throw it as hard as I can at his face. So I'm not a respectful winner or loser.
Oh. Violence when a bunch of wieners are flying around.
Yes, it was awesome. That story gets told a lot. Yeah.
My God.
I now that you say that,
brother. All right.
Ian was he always is throwing stuff. Let's just put it that way. Ian has always been, he's got a cannon for an arm. He's never really been able to understand his own arm strength. And so that hot dog was probably going about 70 miles an hour through their kitchen.
Probably. I mean, surprised you didn't get a black eye.
And those aren't small hot dogs.
No, it was probably a quarter pounder. Yeah, it was good. It was flinging.
That was the game. That was the 17-16 game, and that was the game that I called every bit of that game before it happened, exactly down to the score. If Justin, you remember right, when we were doing our picks, and then he missed the kick, and I was not happy about that.
That's funny.
It's because you love kickers.
Yeah. I'm a lot like Peyton Manning in that. We just don't really care for the kick. Although yesterday I'm watching on Gamecast because I couldn't get it on the TV, so I'm watching it on Gamecast, and I see him get the pass interference penalty, and they're going down and they're inside the 10-yard line. I'm like, kick the field goal, kick the field goal, just kick the ball.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of bad calls in that game, though. That late interception, that should not have been. That was a bad call. Did you see it?
The catch rollover interception?
Yeah, and it came right out of his hands. Yeah, that was baloney. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
it was third down. They would have punted on the next one anyway, but yeah. So
no, they could have kicked a field goal from there.
No, they were still on the Buffalo side of the field.
Yeah.
They?
Yeah, it was 3rd and 11 on the Buffalo 40-something, I think, so. Yeah, but yeah, it's always the case, and it's I expect that from a Chiefs fan who loves watching the referees wear their red and yellow stripes. So
that's what you guys said at the beginning of the year. Look where we are now.
Well, I mean, I will go on record to say that the Chiefs weren't going to make the playoffs at the beginning of the year before any of all this. So sorry, I ruined it for you, Ian.
Next year,
I did say to your mom when they got Andy Reid that it would have been 5 years and they were going to be back on top, and sure enough they were, and they have been. But how long, as a Chiefs fan, how long do you think Andy Reid sticks around?
Until Patrick retires.
Okay, so if he doesn't come out of this injury very well, it could be in the next year or two.
Yeah, well, either traded or retires. I think Travis is going to be back for a
one more go around,
last dance, and then Chiefs are going to go downhill. Patrick will stay there, just be an old guy like Aaron Rodgers or everyone else. Yeah.
Well, and they're going to end up playing in the Kansas side of the state.
Yes.
And do you think he stays to sell tickets until that point?
That's 2031. That's what, 5 years away?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, his contract, he signed like a 10-year contract in 23. So yeah, I think so. But I know, I think so.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they get older and how they age and what happens. Obviously, the AFC West is getting better as well with the Chargers.
Yeah,
but yeah,
the Chiefs play in Seattle next year, so I'm hoping Travis comes back so we can go watch him one more time before he retires. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah,
is that a hard ticket to get? I know the Seahawks are good this year, but in general, is it hard to get tickets in Seattle?
Not if you get the right tickets. No, you got to look in the right places. I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I just didn't know for the type of fandom they have there at the Seahawks.
Yeah,
football is. I'm sure. I mean, football is a harder ticket to get than like the Mariners, even though the Mariners.
Yeah.
Last year, but it's baseball.
Mariners are so easy to get.
Yeah,
I went 2 years ago to a couple games, like $5-10 tickets. They're so cheap. Yeah.
Ian's good about getting tickets to games. And speaking of fandom, I got to ask you about this one. And I know part of it, and the audience needs to hear this too, but when we were interviewing to move out to Oregon, Ian was our cover story because he wanted to go visit the University of Oregon because he was a big Ducks fan.
I do remember this.
So we took him. We took him to a college visit at Eugene, and wonderful visit. I had a blast at Eugene. It was a cool campus and great place to visit. But tell us a little bit, because you've kind of gone backwards on your fandom of the Ducks. Tell us what your reasoning is there.
So
I'd love to hear this.
Yeah, I wish I was still an Oregon fan. That's for sure. I married into a Beavers family, a diehard Beavers family, so I didn't really have a choice to be a Ducks fan. I mean, I think I showed up with a Ducks shirt on when I was dating McKenna, my wife, and it didn't end up too hot. But yeah, I'm a big Beavers fan now. Go to baseball games and football games every year. I mean, it's hard to watch until baseball comes around. But yeah. I mean, we went to 3 games this year. They won 2, and that was the only 2 games they won, I think, this year. It's bad. Yeah. I'm a Beavers fan now, and I used to be a diehard Oregon fan. So you can change, guys.
That's right.
Or you can just put it on and just deal with it.
Well, when the father-in-law's a graduate of Oregon State and paying his paycheck, he probably needs to put on the orange and black.
Yeah, and you want him to pay for tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. I guess there's probably And if you want the better job, the better part of the job. I mean, can you imagine if you had the job and you were an Oregon Ducks fan? What
I mean, I'd match the I'd match the truck a lot better. Yeah. Yeah, our trucks are bright green and yellow, and
they're missing out. Yeah,
that's the reason he didn't buy the franchise in the first place, just because of the truck colors. And it's hilarious to hear that story. I'm like, that's not a good business decision right there. Yeah.
I know another graduate that they have taught their kids when they're playing Uno that they can't even put the green and yellow cards next to each other because
crazy.
That doesn't work. So
that's a good house rule, though.
Yeah. Keep everybody happy that way. Well, that's good to know. Good to know.
It's good thing Nebraska fans don't hold those grudges over anybody.
No, geez.
So, oh man, Ian doesn't remember the trip that he came to Lincoln, does he?
A little bit.
Okay.
I remember the red hot dogs, the letting the balloons go, and sitting on the field goal post. I remember you throwing us up there. That's about all I remember, though.
Yeah, they came up for, it would have been Brenton's dedication weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
BJ did Brenton's dedication, and then we went to the spring game, and then during the spring game at halftime, they do like this dare, drug-free pledge thing or whatever, and so they let the kids all come down to the field, and so because that was during the halftime, and we took them down there, and then we just took pictures and set them up on the goalpost, and that's kind of what all you guys kind of remember.
Yeah, I don't
stay down on the goalpost, which is fine. I mean, that was kind of the attraction to go down there. Like, you want to get down on the field? We'll go down there.
Yeah, yeah. I don't remember anything else. Well, the dare speech worked. That's all I'll say.
Well, what I know he doesn't remember this, but Ian, I don't know if you've seen like the reels of stuff from Husker team. Is it Team Jack?
Oh yeah, that was that game.
That was that game. So Team Jack, the little kid that had cancer, they put him at the end of the game. They let him run a play and score a touchdown. And like, if you go search YouTube, you can find it. That was the same game. We left early, and so we didn't get to see that cool thing. But Jack, he just passed away, didn't he?
Not just, but yeah, he had passed away recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jack Hoffman.
Jack Hoffman, that's right. I couldn't think of his last name. But that was the same game that was a viral video of his run.
It was like Nebraska was one of the first teams, a bunch of college teams later started doing it, doing things like that. But Nebraska was one of the first ones that got they won an ESPN
ESPY,
like an ESPY.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for that moment, and Yeah, that's still something that's talked about around here. Still to this day, it's something that's the foundation is doing really well, and they have a lot of people behind it. And unfortunately, Jack has passed away, and
Mm-hmm.
actually, his dad, I believe his dad's name is Andy, who was really really behind the foundation. Actually, he passed away like the year before Jack did. So,
Wow.
like, they had all these things. But yeah, no, that was that. Yeah, that was one of those things. It's like, oh, we were there. That just happened. Like, we were like, it happened like pretty close to after we left the stadium.
Yeah.
We had some kids who were probably tired of being there all day.
Yep. Yep.
So,
We did what we wanted to.
yeah, but yeah, that was that game. That's a good memory to have. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, one of the things I wanted to talk about too was Ian. Ian was a great athlete, and one of the things
I don't know about that. I tried my hardest.
You did. One of the things Bryce mentioned last week and talked about was just like his dad, playing basketball with him and throwing the baseball around. Ian did something I gotta give him kudos. Ian did something in his baseball career that I never was able to do, and he never let me live that down. In all the best ways. But Ian, when he was Ian threw a no hitter in baseball once, and like I said,
Mm-hmm.
Ian had a live arm, and he threw. What do you remember about that game? Can you give us a recap of your no hitter?
No, I don't really remember. So all I remember is walking off the field, and I was like, I think I just threw a no hitter, and I was asking, did anyone get on base this whole game? Or did anyone hit the ball? And they're like, I don't think so. And then you were like, yeah, you threw a no hitter, and that's about all I remember. But I don't know if any of that's true.
It is. There was some base runners because you did give up some walks, but
okay.
It wasn't a perfect game. But we didn't have confirmation of it until we got home that night. Because even what we were told at the game, like what you just said, we were just like, okay, whatever. We didn't really. I'm like, that's crazy. Because I remember I came out to do your main coach was gone that night. I was coaching your team.
Okay.
I was the bench coach, but the main coach was gone that game, and so I came out to do a mound visit because you had walked a kid, and I was just coming to settle you down. And then after the game was over, the person running the book said he threw a no hitter, and I'm like, oh wow. Well, we got online to Game Changer or Game Cast or whatever it was, and the headline was Thelander throws no hitter, and
oh, that's cool.
Sure enough, he threw a no hitter, and yeah, it was. I remember warming him up that game, and we stretched him out and got him ready to go, and he had a really good game. And then the next time he pitched, I said, hey, you want to go warm up and stretch it out? And he's like, no, I'm good. He wanted to go play catch with his friends and that way. So,
were you a junior or senior?
I was young when that happened.
It was Little League.
Oh, it was Little League.
Little League, yeah. It was Little League. Yeah. No, this was in Oklahoma.
Yep. Okay, I was just gonna ask what location this was at.
Yeah. He played AA and AAA Little League in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. I was telling my friend the other day on the time I got traded for one game, and all they let me keep was a hat. Yeah. He was like, they traded people in Little League? I'm like, I guess they did.
It was the travel teams and the tournaments and all the things that were going on, but Ian had a really bad summer when it came to baseball, and Ian broke his arm 3 times in the same 12 months. So 3 times in a 12-month span. He broke the same arm, and 2 of those breaks came during right around baseball season. And so it really hampered him. And one of those tournaments, he had broken his arm. He had just got out of the cast, and I did the horrible dad thing and made him go play because his team needed him. Ian was scared to death to play, and we just told him, you're not hitting the ball. You're just standing in there because we only had 8 players. So they asked if Ian would play, and he could catch the ball. So he was a first baseman. He could catch the ball because it was his other hand, but we weren't letting him hit. And when we got to the game that day, the coach asked if he could bunt, and I said no. you're lucky he's even playing. But I remember Ian was so scared that he was going to break his arm again, and he didn't break it in the game. But he did get brushed back. I don't know if you remember this or not, but he batted ninth, and we told him don't swing, just hold the bat. And he almost got hit by a pitch, and so he had to drop to the ground, and we all gasped.
Oh yeah,
because we thought he was going to break his arm again. But yeah, that was a bad dad moment on my part.
Should have put bubble wrap around him and just call it.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Then 2 weeks later, he went and played gaga ball at church and broke it again. And
yep.
So the way he broke his arm the first 2 times, you were jumping over a rope the first time.
No, Sky Zone the first time.
Sky Zone the first time. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was impressing a girl. He still denies this, but he was doing a backflip for a girl and broke his arm in Sky Zone.
Yeah.
Okay. Happens to the best of us.
And now we've just learned to impress a girl. You just change your allegiance for sports. We get it.
Yep. It worked.
You don't need to break your arm anymore.
Yep.
What was some of your, speaking of baseball and basketball, what were some of your favorite memories of playing sports growing up?
The no-hitter was pretty cool. Even though I don't have the best memories, it's just cool to be able to say, yeah, I threw a no-hitter and stuff. It's another one. Oh, another one. It's kind of embarrassing, but it was still pretty cool. When we first moved here, my first practice, it was only hitting. It was live at bats because I came kind of after they first started practicing. And my first at bat, I was up against a D1 pitcher. I had come from Pittsfield, Illinois, where they haven't seen a D1 pitcher in forever. And I was used to 70 or 80, and this kid was throwing upper 90s, and I didn't even see the ball, I don't think. But yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, but I went up against D1 pitchers and stuff, so that's pretty cool to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of those, we moved the middle of your
junior year. Yeah.
I was going to ask a follow-up question to this, but go ahead.
Okay, so we moved the middle of his junior year, which again was a horrible idea and a horrible thing to do to your kids. But Ian, again, he was in Pittsfield, Illinois, which is like a 2A school in Illinois. I mean, small. And McMinnville is a 6A, the biggest class in the state. And he told us, he's like, I want to go out for baseball. And we're like, proud of you, do it. It's going to be hard work. It's a whole different level. And he made the team. He made the JV team and played. I never sat through more rain and snow baseball games in Oregon.
There was one day we were in practicing. I had my helmet upside down. It had filled the whole thing up with hail, and the time it took me to get around the bases, and it's just another thing. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah. No, it was. And it was one of those things that his mom and I were like, we're going to go there no matter what. He was the outsider, so he didn't get a lot of playing time, but we wanted to make sure when he did, we were there and his parents were there supporting him. But man, it was freezing cold watching baseball in Oregon, for sure.
Awful.
So
hitting with metal bats, I bet felt really good.
I think we could have used wood. No, that was summer ball. They let us use wood bats, which was fun. Yeah.
Ian was a great teammate. He was always the first one. Like I said, he was in a bad situation, but the coach kind of let him come in there. But he was a great teammate. He was the first one out of the dugout to cheer his guys on, even though he'd come home and he was so frustrated. And I'm really proud of you, dude, for how you carried yourself that year, for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of my kind of along the lines of you moving out your junior year to Pittsfield or to McMinnville from Pittsfield. So now looking back, you're an adult now, and looking back on that transition, how did you take that in as a teenager that you were going to be moving all the way across, the United States and being somewhere that you're not familiar with, or to you, how did you take that, the news, and process through that?
I was really happy at the beginning because, I was an Oregon fan, and so I was like, oh, we're moving to Oregon. Awesome. That's what I've wanted to do all my life. But But I mean, yeah, I mean, I miss my friends, I miss the town, I miss everything about that place. I mean, I've gone back a couple times since, and I just still love it all there. But I mean, coming here, I make friends really easily. I got a job at Dutch Bros, which if you know anything about Dutch Bros, they're crazy there. And so I made a lot of good friends through that, and it was an easier transition for me. I would say after the first couple of weeks is always hard, but yeah, after that it was easy. Yeah.
Ian was he'll probably deny this, but Ian was the most popular kid in Pittsfield in the high school. He was.
I won't deny that.
Yeah. Ian is, like he said, he's always been able to make friends. All of our kids adjusted so well to all of our moves. But here's the cool thing: we were in Missouri, and then we moved to Oklahoma. And after my sister died, and we were talking about, if we could go back to any place we've ever been, and we asked our kids that question, and without hesitation, they said Pittsfield. They wanted to go back to Pittsfield if we could go back. They didn't know at the time that I was actually
already being contacted.
I was being contacted to go back and pastor that church. It was confirmation. Yeah, it was definitely confirmation. Pittsfield was a great place for our kids for the most part. But yeah, that's good to hear his perspective on that. I was going to say, I mean, you were the one that was the most excited about going to Oregon just because of
because of
the shoes and all the stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. And then Elliot was probably the second most, just because he got to come in at a good time to move. He came in 8th grade, and he came in with friends. So we moved with a family that was friends of ours, and so he got friends that were there. He got an automatic head start, so that was helpful there.
Well, too. That and they kind of all had their little bonds, or they kind of come into the front doors of the school together. So,
yep,
and everything that comes along with that too. So,
and that was the first time too for our family. We were I told my kids this when we showed up in McMinnville. Actually, I think when we came to interview and Ian was with us, and we were standing over the Foundry balcony area, and I remember saying to Ian, I said to him, because the other kids weren't with us, and I said, this is going to be totally new for us, because we get to come into a church where I'm not the main pastor, I'm not the youth pastor, I'm not going to be over your area of ministry, and it's a much larger church than our kids were used to, so they got to not have to be the pastor's kid, so to speak, right away. And so I think that was helpful for them, at least early on.
Yeah.
How was that transitioning to, your small town church into a big, larger congregation like that for you? Like, I mean, you were there as a teenager in Pittsfield and seeing all that stuff, and then coming out to McMinnville. How was that for you, Ian? Like, is it just like what BJ's saying? Like, you can just kind of sit back and just be a teenager and not have to be the senior pastor kid?
Yeah. And not always at the church. Yeah, I would say, you're saying it's a lot different, but I mean, it is kind of nice just to not have eyes on you all the time. I would say now I like it a lot better, because I don't feel the obligation. There's nothing wrong with going to church. I don't feel the obligation that I have to be at church every Sunday, or I'm not going to go to hell for missing church this week. But I mean, I didn't go to church this week, and I think I'm still going to get into heaven. But yeah, it's just, I don't feel like there's an obligation that I have to be at every event, or I always have eyes watching me. Yeah.
That's another area, and I try to tell my kids this. I've tried to give Ian, as he's gotten older, and I told him, before the holidays this year, I said, man, you're a man, you're married, you've got your own family. I'm not expecting you to fall in line with the rest of the plans, but here are our plans if you want to be a part of them. But one of the things, again, I try to tell all my kids all the time, how proud I am of them and that I love them. And Ian, and the life he's lived and made for himself is really incredible, and I'm super proud of him. But one of the things that comes out in that is his commitment to his faith as well. And Ian, talk to us a little bit about, go that route, if you don't mind. I mean, you've led worship, you've played guitar, you've sung. I mean, tell us some of those memories about, whether it was growing up in the church or just your heart for that. You've also sang with Maverick City, so I mean, you got that under your tool belt too. So
no hitters and Maverick City, got it.
Yeah, he's an all around great guy. Talk to us about your faith a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I of course, growing up in the church, you guys have all heard the story of a pastor's kid, and yeah, I've led worship ever since I entered in the youth group. Me and my friend Kenton, best friend I got, we've always strummed the guitar together, always sang together. There was one Christmas where we recorded a worship song to give to our moms for Christmas, and it was just a little thing we did that had a little faith in it, but it was also something our moms wanted. But yeah, I've led worship here for the longest time for the youth group, and I'm actually going to audition for the main worship band next week for Matt's Step. And yeah, like you said, I did the Maverick City, and yeah, faith has just been a big thing. I love leading worship. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. I love leading youth group worship though. That's I think my sweet spot. I love seeing the kids, even if they don't know the song, they're always respectful and saying there. They'll try to sing along if they can, but just I love leading youth group worship. That's one of my favorites. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. You know, it's really, I got a picture of the Sunday Emma shared her testimony, and Ian was leading the worship that day here at Church on the Hill, and it was a big youth Sunday, and two of my kids were right there. Not that it's about being front and center. That's not what I'm saying. But as a dad, I just swelled with pride just to see my kids living for the Lord and walking that out. There's my dad used to tell me that all the time. He said, BJ, there's nothing that makes your mom and I more proud than to know that our kids are walking with the Lord. And I want to just say that again to my oldest son, Ian. There's nothing that makes me more proud than to watch you and your faith grow. I was telling your brother this weekend, I just said, faith looks different for our family now. Our experiences have changed, and church looks different, and we have these different experiences. But what's really cool is to see the freedom and the liberty as our faith becomes real and becomes personable, and it's not just about a church or about rules or regulations, but it's about a relationship with Jesus Christ. And I'm just so thankful that I get to see my kids living that out every single day. I pray for them every day that God would draw them close to himself, and it's fun to see that happen. So keep it up, man. I hope you make it. I hope you make the worship team, and
we'll see.
Get to keep playing, especially with Matt and somebody.
I was to say, you kind of have an in. You kind of known him for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I think
he came on board in Pittsfield.
Yeah, I think it's just a step I have to take in the grand scheme of things. Yep.
No pun intended, right? Because Matt.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's funny.
I still remember all that just because. Back in Pittsfield, I would have some behind the scenes helping around at that church, even though I was miles away. I remember on Sunday mornings I'd get messages from Ian about the live stream, because Ian was always helping with the live stream when you guys were trying to launch your stuff, and just little things. So yeah, it's been fun watching from afar, Ian, you doing that stuff. It was cool because I hadn't seen you since you guys had moved out, but when we came out for BJ's wedding, you got to play and be on stage with your uncle, and that was cool. It was cool seeing that up there playing. And I get roped in the running sound. That's how it goes.
And by roped in, you mean volunteered? Yeah,
voluntold.
Yeah,
voluntold.
Yeah. Ian knows that whole game.
Yeah.
So
I will say this. I mean, our memories fade over time, and all the different things we either remember or we don't, based on whatever it was. But I never remember you, Ian, pushing back when I asked you to do something at the church. I don't ever remember you, bucking that at all. And in fact, there were times in Pittsfield, especially as Justin's talking about, I remember when Justin came out to do the new sound system and help with that, and you were right there wanting to learn and wanting to help and be there through it all. So I appreciate that. Appreciate your heart to serve. You have a huge heart, man.
Thank you.
That comes through. Oh.
Thank you. Yeah, Justin, you got to come back out so I can smoke some brisket for you.
was just going to bring this up.
Yeah.
I was just going to, that was the next segue I was going to go.
Okay.
I've heard through the grapevine that you are becoming a pitmaster.
I'm working, so yes. Yes. My grill that I've had for a year now, it just broke down. It was a pellet smoker. It was given to me and stuff. So I just got a new one for my birthday from my wife. It's an offset Oklahoma Joe's smoker, the ones they use at all the big places. And so when I get back from this trip, I'm gonna cut up some wood and try to figure all that out. Yeah. But
no, I would love barbecue, and it's even better when you know it's the person who's making it. So
yes, you're right. You're right.
Barbecue out here is not good.
She gave you that gift in Christmas wrapping paper, right?
No, I went and picked it up.
A barbecue out there is not.
No, it sucks here. There's one good place in Newburgh. They have a good brisket, but everything else there's awful. Yeah.
I read a list of the top barbecue places in each state, and there was one in.
There's only one, yeah.
Suburb of Portland somewhere.
Oh, it was probably that franchised one. It sucks. Don't go.
I don't remember what this was. I thought it started with I looked it up. Should have been more prepared on this, but yeah, no. Me and BJ have talked about barbecue, trying to find a place. I remember when you said that maybe there was a food truck at one point that you thought there was a barbecue that was decent, but yeah,
it's I've just so
barbecue when I've come out, and it's like it's not a thing.
Yeah, really. when you've been to Kansas City and St. Louis and places in Texas, Oklahoma, and the barbecue that we know as Midwesterners is a different, and there's barbecues different all over the country, but out here
it's hamburgers and hot dogs.
That's what they call a barbecue. We're going to barbecue out, come on over. Like, oh, we're like my mouth's watering for brisket and pulled pork and ribs.
Yeah.
And, no, you get a hamburger and a hot dog because they barbecued it. And I'm like, no, you didn't. You grilled it. So yeah, Ian's a good cook.
Called Bodos or Bodos.
Never heard of it.
Bottos. Bodos.
Huh. Oh, where's it in? Where's it at?
It's in 3120 Southwest Milwaukee Avenue. No, I don't know. It's somewhere in Portland. It's
okay.
I think it's right on. This is making good radio, right?
If it's Milwaukee Road address, that's over by West Lynn, Milwaukee area.
The Brooklyn area of Portland. It just says the neighborhood's Brooklyn. I don't know. Eastmoreland Golf Course is nearby, if you need to know that. It's right on the river.
So, I'm going to go play Pumpkin Ridge this summer.
Spaghetti Factory? Do you know where the Spaghetti Factory is in Portland?
There's a lot of them.
Okay. I don't know. This one just says Old Spaghetti Factory. I don't know.
You're going to go play Pumpkin Ridge? We're going to talk golf now. That's a good segue.
Good. Let's talk golf.
Yeah. I found a friend who has a membership there. So he's going to take me this summer, which very excited for that one.
Pumpkin Ridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you heard of that one, Justin?
No, but I'm going to
look it up. Tiger won a tournament there.
Really?
Yeah. One of his early ones, yeah.
You need, speaking of connections, like we need him to get us connected with Bandon Dunes.
That's my other goal this year. My goal is Bandon and Pumpkin. Yeah. So once I get there,
out for Bandon.
We're hoping to spend a weekend there. So we're gonna go play all four. That's the goal.
Oh, that would be crazy.
I know.
So, Ian's father-in-law has some buddies that go to Bandon every year, and they go play it every year, and they just rave about it. They go spend the weekend, like he's saying, and play every one. So, yep.
Yeah, that's the goal this year. Yep.
I might even come help hang Christmas lights if I got to be able to play.
You got to hang a lot of Christmas lights.
Oh, I know. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, there's a lot of places out there that I've looked at for golf. What other places in the area, I mean, besides those, would you have you played or is on your bucket list?
I mean, the best course around is Michael Book, at least close to us. You can't really beat it, especially if you get to go for free. But I mean, local courses, there's Cross Creek, which is it's a long course. Did you play Winchester, or Plum Creek in
Illinois?
Illinois?
Justin, did you play? We played Plum Creek.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah.
Wasn't that close to Jacksonville?
Yeah, it's about halfway there. Yeah. Yeah,
I think we went to Dairy Queen to eat afterwards.
Taco John's
Dairy Queen across the street from each other?
No.
All right.
Anyway,
sorry.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's Cross Creek's kind of like Plum Creek, so it's fun. We always go there. There's also Chehalem, which is Newburgh, but I mean, for the price, it's awful. But I'm a brutal judge and that kind of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I try to stick to the local courses. We only go play a big course every once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, when he's talking about Michael Book, that's the country club here in town, and it is. I mean, it's hard to beat because it's such good shape. They take such good care of it, and yeah, it's a great course for sure.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Maybe next time I'll have to bring my golf clubs out.
Do it. Yep.
Think I can convince Becky to just let me come out by myself?
Doubt it. I bet your kids wouldn't even let you do that.
No, I don't think so. My family, yeah, they loved Oregon so much and loved being out there, so I'm pretty sure they'd probably get rid of me if I went by myself.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, we're nearing the end of our time, and normally we make picks, and we told you beforehand that we're kind of at a bad place of the season to make picks, but Super Bowl's coming up. I know your team's not in it. You're probably just the opposite of your dad. I cheer for the Broncos, and anybody who's playing the Chiefs, you're probably the opposite of that statement. But what are you looking forward to watching in sports the next couple of weeks, Ian?
Super Bowl. Yeah. Let's see. We're thinking, so it's going to be Broncos, Seahawks, and then whoever wins. I'm hoping it's like Broncos and Patriots, and the Broncos get their butts handed to them. That's what I'm hoping for. Well, I want to see Drake May complete this MVP season, and the Broncos get their butts handed to them. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, why don't you tell us how you really feel?
I told you I'm not a good winner or loser.
Why don't you hold something back a little bit?
So on the NFC side, though, who you think is going to be in the Super Bowl for the NFC? Seattle beat the 49ers, so it's Seattle.
Yeah, Patriots are AFC. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so it's either the Rams, Bears, or Seahawks.
Seahawks, yep.
You know what? Let's go Bears.
Don't say
that. That won't happen, but that's what I want.
No.
Bears and Patriots. I want Patriots to beat the Broncos in the AFC, and then I want the Bears to lose too. I just want Drake May to win, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, he's had a great year, that's for sure. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, we have to be.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just going to changing sports a little bit.
So was I.
We're talking.
I was going to change it to NBA real quick.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask because did you say, or maybe I misheard, didn't hear it? Well, who do you follow for the NBA then?
I just watch it if it's on. Okay. I would say if I follow a team, it's either the Bulls or the Blazers. Probably more the Blazers than any team, yeah. Okay. Just because we're here, yeah.
You follow players? Do you like following players or just like?
I used to follow Kevin Durant all the time, but
yeah,
not anymore. He's 85 and plays for the Rockets.
Yeah, we've had some good memories of going to some NBA games. Ian's gone to a lot of Blazers games since we've lived out here as well. But
yeah.
We were talking last year. We went, and Ian and Elliot and I, we went to Lakers Blazers game at the end of the year for Elliot's birthday. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, tell us some of your memories of going to some games in the NBA.
The favorite one that always stands out is the Bulls game we went to. Because I got Chicago pizza. We were sitting almost front row, and if I ever recommend a basketball stadium to someone, it's always the United Center. The history around that stadium, even though they've done all the remodels, is just awesome. Awesome to see all the Jordan stuff, all the trophies and everything. Yeah, that's always the memory that sticks out.
Do you remember going to the Blackhawks game at Christmas that one year?
A little bit. I remember they played Edmonton, and I remember the national anthem. The national anthem is awesome.
Yeah, it's cool
at a hockey game.
Yeah,
it's the best thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. We that was a birthday trip for Ian. I think that was your 14th birthday. We took you to Chicago and got to go there. And yeah, we were, I think, 4th or 5th row behind one of the baskets, and so that was really cool. Yeah, that was fun. So, but anytime I can go that was cool last year, standing out there in line, and then we got our seats upgraded a little bit. Shout out to Deandra for helping us with that. But we were going hoping to see LeBron and Luka and Bronny and LeBron and
they all sat out.
They didn't even show up in the building, so it was pretty bad. But
if we didn't show up to work, we would be let go. But I guess that can happen in the NBA.
I guess our work.
Sorry. Go.
No, I said, I guess we don't get the benefit of load management in our jobs.
No, my load management's something else, but whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't know if you know this, Ian, or not, but back to college sports a little bit. The Nebraska Cornhuskers are 16-0 in men's basketball.
18-0.
18-0. In
22-game win streak right now.
What are they ranked right now?
8th.
What's Kansas ranked?
Way below that.
They beat the number 2 seed the other night. I was watching them.
Yeah. I don't know what Kansas is right now.
Yeah.
Or what they'll be, because rankings come out tomorrow or.
Okay.
I think they come out Monday or Tuesdays.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
Here's the question though for you on college basketball as we get ready for March Madness. History for you first to give you a little background. Nebraska basketball has never won an NCAA tournament game.
Sounds right.
And yet they are pitted to be a 1 or a 2 seed in the tournament this year. Do you think they will win a tournament game this year?
No.
No.
They might win the first game, but no.
Okay. They're going to at least win one.
We'll see.
1 or 2. Yeah. They're a fun team to watch right now. It's interesting.
I wonder if they're coming to Portland, because there's a bunch of first round games here this year.
So Nebraska is the talks is that Nebraska supposed. Well, this is when they were the smaller seed, or when they were a lower seed early on, because they were going to be in Oklahoma or St. Louis. But yeah, Portland is on the list. So if they keep on getting up there, they could be. That would be interesting.
I'd go watch.
Yeah, that would be a good game to go watch for sure. Well, cool.
And I don't think Nebraska comes out there any other time, because this year they played Oregon here.
Okay.
So they don't play anywhere nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, as we wrap up our time, thanks for joining us again. But I want to give you, just like all our other guests, if there's some wisdom you want to impart on us, any parting shots you have for us or for our listeners, the floor is yours, Ian.
Go Patriots. Hopefully the Broncos don't win anything.
Yep. That's going to be a tough one for the Broncos with a bad quarterback, but
just please come back for one more year, Travis. That's all I got to say. If he hears this, it's probably not, but it'll be out there.
I can put in a good word.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We are one of their top competitors in the podcast world for sure.
Interesting. Okay. Good to know.
We lost out to Amy Poehler, though, on the best podcast for the Emmys, or Golden Globes, but
yeah,
we're hanging in there.
Working on
good.
it. We're
Good to
working
know.
on it. So,
yeah, just let them know for me.
Justin, what about you? I'll save the last word. What do you have to close us with today? Anything for Ian?
Yeah, no, it's been fun. It's been awesome watching you grow up, even though, I haven't seen you in a while, but like when I came back for the wedding, hitting it off and just reminiscing, and it was different talking to you like an adult than like a kid, which you probably don't like hearing, but I didn't, I hadn't seen you in person since you were a junior in high school, and I'd seen you every year pretty much since you were little.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
We have pictures of you at zoo trips when you came to Omaha and down in the zoo in Wichita that we used to go to a lot. So it's been awesome seeing it and hearing it, and it's it's been sweet. I've enjoyed it, even if you like I've said to any of BJ's kids, if you guys ever need anything, you know where you can find me, and I would be out there to help out with anything. So, but it's been awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool when you get to have your friends share in your family a little bit, and that's been the case with this relationship for sure. But Ian, thanks for coming on and being patient, getting on and supporting the podcast, and thanks for listening. But more importantly, man, I'm proud of you. I love you. I'm so thankful that you're my son, and
thank you.
I really love watching what you're doing with your life, and I just can't tell you enough how proud I am of you. Keep being you. You're amazing. You're incredible, and I just thank you so much for all that you are. You're an incredible man. So
thank you.
I can't wait till you give us some grandbabies and we get to spoil the grandbabies too. So
yeah. I hear that all the time.
I know. No pressure. We know it's coming, but it's going to be great to be we talk about that. That's for another show, but thanks for coming on and being here. And
thanks for having me.
Yeah, so thanks for our listeners for tuning in for another week, and we're really thankful for you, the MVP listener. Hopefully you've enjoyed our time with Ian today as well. Justin, thanks for all you do to make it happen, and we'll see it out there on the web here before too long. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Go Broncos.
Pats.